And a proposed bill from a lawmaker seeks to record students' behavior for state review.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Welcome to Mountain News This Morning. I'm Caroline Mueller here with you on this Friday, December 19th. We are inching up on that 5 o'clock hour, so let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Megan Desmel for a look at your forecast this morning. Oh my goodness, Megan, that storm last night was no joke. I always tell people I never wake up to storms, and I woke up to this one and I had to double check that it was raining because I was like, there's no way this is rain. This sounds crazy.
Yeah, it was a very loud system last night. Even I heard a little bit of it. Now, I went back to sleep pretty quickly, but that's what went through last night. And thankfully, we're starting to calm down as we're heading into this morning. But we're seeing the effects of that cold front starting to drop those temperatures as we're heading out the door. Right now, though, not too bad. We're talking upper 30s and low 40s. What you need to know, though, are those temperatures are going to drop for the next couple of hours. And by the time we head into 11 o'clock, that's when we'll hit our low for the day before we warm back up and hit a secondary high around 4 p.m. Here's a look at that secondary high that we'll see today. Mostly a mixture of the mid to upper 30s with a few handfuls of people having the chance of hitting that 40-degree mark. But again, it's going to be significantly cooler than yesterday as we see the system finally chilling us down. Here's a look at satellite and radar right now. Still seeing some lingering rain and that slight chance of wintry mix that I promised. It's here, but thankfully it'll clear by 9. Caroline.
Sounds good, Megan. Thank you. One person is hurt after a tree limb went through a home in Johnson County. Just after midnight, emergency crews responded to Witten Lane. A large tree limb went through the roof of a woman's home while she was in her bed. She suffered a deep laceration to her leg. Painesville EMS treated the injured woman and transported her to the ambulance. Emergency management is working with the family to ensure they have a safe place to stay. Woodbine fire crews responded to 2 events last night after strong winds and heavy rain in Whitley County. First, a vehicle collided with a tree on Highway 1064 in the Meadow Creek community, with possible injuries reported. While responding, crews encountered another tree partially blocking Log Cabin Road in the Canada Town community. Both roadways have been since cleared. Thousands across eastern Kentucky are waking up without electricity this morning. The latest data shows Pike County is one of the hardest hit, with roughly 4,200 customers still without power. In Letcher and Floyd counties, thousands more remain in the dark this morning. Utilities say they're working to restore power as rapidly and safely as possible, but conditions in rural and mountainous areas can make repairs challenging. 7 people, including a former NASCAR driver, are dead after the crash of a private plane in North Carolina. Surveillance video captured the fiery crash as the plane burst into flames while trying to land at Statesville Regional Airport. Killed in the crash were NASCAR star Greg Biffle, his wife Christina, and his 2 children. Biffle competed full-time in the NASCAR Cup Series from 2003 to 2016. Last year, after Hurricane Helene devastated parts of North Carolina, he flew relief missions to help survivors. The National Transportation Safety Board and the FAA are investigating the crash.
We got a report of a corporate jet that crashed off the end of the runway on the east end. When actually I came out, it was already fully involved. We've had multiple agencies, as we said, come. The FAA arrived about 12 o'clock today. They're taking over the scene. They're taking over the investigation.
Greg Biffle won more than 50 races across NASCAR's 3 circuits, including 19 at the Cup Series level. He also won the Trucks Series Championship in 2000 and the Xfinity Series title in 2002. The search for the suspect in last weekend's deadly mass shooting at Brown University is over. Police say the alleged gunman was found dead in a New Hampshire rental storage unit of an apparent suicide. Investigators believe the 48-year-old suspect was also responsible for the shooting death of an MIT professor earlier this week. CBS News' Jared Hill has the latest from New York.
ending a multi-state murder manhunt. Overnight, authorities closed in on a storage facility in Salem, New Hampshire.
We got him.
The suspected Brown University gunman and suspected killer of an MIT professor found inside a storage unit, dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
He was using a phone that was obfuscating ability to track it. He was sophisticated in hiding his tracks.
The alleged shooter, identified as Claudio Manuel Neves Valente, a 48-year-old Portuguese national living in the U.S. legally. Brown says he was a physics PhD student at the university between 2000 and 2003 before he dropped out. School officials say he likely took classes in the same building where he allegedly opened fire last Saturday, killing 2 students and injuring 9 others. Police say he's also believed to have killed MIT professor Nuno Loureiro Monday night. Both were in the same school program back in their native Portugal.
This was always going to be an investigation where something was going to break it open.
The key to breaking the case, according to a police affidavit, was interviewing an anonymous Reddit poster. 3 days ago, the person described seeing the suspect with a gray Nissan Sentra. Investigators tracked the car to a rental company in Boston where the suspect used his real name on the application. Authorities also discovered the suspect's storage unit in Salem, where his body was found.
Our work is not done. There are many questions that need to be answered.
Back in Providence,
there's a sense of relief in the community.
Steps toward healing. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Overnight, President Trump said he was pausing the visa program through which the suspected shooter entered the United States. From the White House, a step toward easing marijuana restrictions. The president signed an executive order speeding up the process of reclassifying marijuana from a Schedule I drug like heroin to Schedule III. Possession and recreational use still federally illegal, but the change would allow for more medicinal research. This comes as the White House is focusing on Trump's economy, with inflation cooling to 2.7%.
American people are making progress.
And said that things are somehow going great, even though costs are up.
Recent CBS News polling finds a majority of people surveyed, 76%, say their income is not keeping up with inflation rates. In Tennessee, students' behavior may soon be recorded for state review. It's a part of a proposed bill from a lawmaker who is hoping to stop the next in-school tragedy. The Early Behavioral Intervention and Reporting Act looks to schools to identify and log behaviors that show health, safety, and behavioral issues shown by students in school. The legislation calls for these instances to be logged and kept on a computer system, and at the end of the year have numbers submitted to the Department of Education to document how many instances of these issues are happening throughout Tennessee.
The bottom line is to give the teacher as much information as possible so they're in position to help that child and to help other children be safe and to get them whatever help they need.
The proposed bill was introduced by lawmaker Bill Powers. There's a new warning about a highly contagious stomach virus that's spreading across the country. Health officials say cases of norovirus, commonly known as the stomach flu, are surging nationwide as the holidays approach. The foodborne illness causes diarrhea, vomiting, nausea, and stomach pain, and is spread through surfaces, food, and water. Medical experts are advising the public to be alert and practice good hygiene.
We all learned the most important rules in kindergarten, washing your hands. Right? So that is important, but it's not just hand sanitizer. For norovirus, you really do need to use soap and water. If you've been sick, you should be staying home for at least 2 days after your symptoms improve, and don't be preparing food for other people until 2 days after your symptoms improve.
Norovirus may also lead to more troubling symptoms like decreased urination, dry mouth, unusual sleepiness, and decreased tears. The CDC says young children, or older adults, and people who are immunocompromised are at highest risk for severe illness. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Still to come, meet a man known as Mistletoe Mark, and we'll tell you why it's important to him to keep a holiday custom alive.
And are you having weekend plans? Well, I'll tell you how the weather will impact you coming up.